What's up, YouTube? Hey, so today I got a special request from my girl. Okay, here is the story. So, she wants me to react to Under Your Scars by Godsmack. And I'm super excited to be able to react to this, but I'm also like, my heart has been prepared by what I know. And if you haven't watched the reaction to her reacting to my video Truth by Godsmack, I recommend that you go and and watch that one because it will explain a little bit. And I found two videos. This one which is just audio from the Godsmack YouTube channel, but I also found Under Your Scars, and it was talking about that particular. It looks like it's talking about the particular scholarship foundation that she was talking about. So I'm going to watch that one after. I haven't watched either of these videos. I don't know what this is going to sound like. We're going to be doing this together. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to jump in and we're going to listen to Under Your Scars by Godsmack, and we're also going to kind of I mean, I already know I'm going to feel. I'm a feeler, especially when it comes to lyrics. And I mean, I've got my own stories when it comes to situations like this. But let's hope I don't cry. So here we go. Here we go, guys. You ready? I am. Okay, so I got to go back and I got to listen to this again. And here's why. It's deep, and I can feel that it's deep. It's talking about living inside scars. I almost think of memories. You're living inside the memories that you had of this particular person. But let me go back and I'm going to listen to this again. The melody is absolutely beautiful. And all right, let's go. I'm going to turn captions on if I can. Nope, I can't. So you're everything that feels like home to me. I'm comfortable with the idea of you, like memories. I mean, you think about. I mean, I'm gonna kind of dissect this a little bit and try to see if I can pinpoint. Like this is how I'm interpreting it. When you think about memories with somebody who you're really comfortable with or someone that you miss, I've got a couple of dear friends who have committed suicide, and there are memories that I have of them that will never go away. and they are so clear and they're so vivid, even though it's been so long, that when I think about that, it's just like, man, I miss you. But it's that kind of comfort that you get where you were so comfortable with that person, it felt like home. Even if you had these moments where it was like, you're living life, and I mean, the stars align. You think about being on the same track, the wrong versus right. You think about just a relationship and the ups and downs of a relationship, but yet those memories, and he's going to talk about what I interpret to be memories as being like a place like home. That's how I'm interpreting this. So I could be wrong, but that's how I'm interpreting it. Under your scars, I can live inside you time after time. So, under the pain that you had, I could live there, like I'm feeling the same kind of pain. That's how I'm interpreting this. Sully, man. This is a sad song. This is a sad song. Okay, so that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, so a couple things. One, there's stanzas and there's verses, and in that first verse, it was kind of like he's talking about the memories, and then this second one, he's like, I miss you. I miss you. Like, I just miss you. I feel broken without you here. I'm lost. I'm a mess. And that feeling when you've lost somebody, you miss them, and the thought of you never seeing them again breaks your heart. Like, you're broken. You're legitimately broken. It feels like you don't have hope. That's what it feels like in the moment. Especially when you first lose somebody, whether it's somebody taking their life, or someone that passing away from natural causes, or they have some sort of illness. Like, loss is loss. It's all hard. Like, it doesn't matter. You can't just go and talk to that person tomorrow. They're gone, and it's a tough thing to grapple with. It's something that you have to process, and everyone processes things differently. There's some people that I've lost where, you don't get over them, but it's taken me 6 months to grieve. There are some people who I'm still grieving. My grandfather, I'm still grieving my grandfather, and my grandfather had passed away like over 2 years ago, and I'm still grieving him. And my friends, some of them committed suicide, and I've got a couple friends, people who I've dated, who have committed suicide. They're gone. They're not here. And it's like, this hits so deep. The feeling of losing somebody, and by the way, my grandfather did not commit suicide. He died from natural causes, but it's the feeling of loss. I miss you here. I feel broken. These memories are like it puts all of these feelings that I'm having into perspective. Like, these memories that I'm focusing on, like, you can just these memories are living inside me, and I'm living in these memories because you're not here. Oh, this is deep. This is so deep. D? Oh my gosh. I could watch you sleep, hold your body closer. Sorry, I'm gonna pause this again. So this second verse, it's also like if you listen to the words, it's also talking about like the closeness of the relationship and the intimacy of the relationship. And I don't know if this was a lover. I don't know if this was like a really good friend, and it's just for impact is using this terminology. But it's like speaks to the intimacy of a relationship of some sort, whether it's a friend or it's a lover. It's still that closeness, that missing, let's see if I can find the lyrics. Yeah, so it's like that intimacy. Watch you sleep. Not that friends would want to watch friends sleep because that would be weird. But it's the intimacy of like waking up and seeing that person next to you. You're wishing that person was just so close to you because they're not there. They're not there. You can't just get up and go in the other room and see them if they're a roommate. You can't just walk down the street to their house if they're a friend. And if they're a lover, you can't just open your eyes and see them there. They're gone. Like that's the feeling I'm getting. It's like that intimacy feeling. Such a beautiful song. Holy moly. This is a beautiful song. You were right, Dee. This is a beautiful song. Beautiful song. It's very deep. It's a very deep song. It's like got a lot of meaning to it. And I'm really glad that you had me react to this one. This one was really good. And of course, it brings up memories. It brings up these feels I have. And but that's like part of the reaction, right? You react to it, and it brings up these thoughts that you have, and you're like, oh, because that perception is going to be based off of your own experience. So much like when you were reacting to truth, you had some different experiences than what I was talking about in my reaction, and that's okay. That's okay. It's perception. It's experience. And when you've had a certain experience, whether it be with loss or grief or something along those lines, it hits you. It hits you different. It hits you where it hurts. Sometimes it's a good kind of thing though. Kind of like, I interpret that first verse as being like the memories that you're living with. You're living with the memories, and some of the memories that I have of my grandfather are some of the greatest memories that I've ever had. Like seriously. Some of the memories, I mean, I think about when I was in high school, I was living with them for like 6 months or so. And I remember as an adult, I remember most of the things that they told me. that I never wanted to listen to. They thought I went in one ear and out the other. And I remember all those things. I remember the conversations I had. I remember making the chocolate chip pancakes and chocolate chip waffles, and those kind of like memories that you can't just get again. And the thing is, if I go and make chocolate chip pancakes and chocolate chip waffles now, it's not going to be the same. Those memories are forever tied to my grandpa, and it's always going to remind me of my grandpa. And my mom and I mean, my mom's very much still alive. I love my mom to death. When she goes, I'm gonna struggle. I will struggle a lot. But I have memories with my mom, like tradition memories with my mom, that will never be different. Because every time I do those things or I go to those places, I always think of my mom. That's the first thing I think about as soon as I see it. First thing I think about. That's my memory, and it is home to me. It is, as he was saying, you're like the shooting star in the rain. It all looks the same. If it's raining super hard and you're just seeing, it's that shooting star. It's home. It is your comfort zone, and that's for everybody. For everybody who's ever lost somebody, that feeling of comfort when you go and do that one thing will always remind you of that person that you lost. And that's, yeah. So that was my reaction to that song. Sorry, it's a little bit of a longer reaction, but that's okay. So I'm going to go and watch that video now of the actual, of the Scholarship Foundation. All right. And this one right here, it says the Scars Foundation Call to Action from Soli Erna. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if it's anything important. Well, obviously it is important, but I don't know. I don't know if he's going to talk about what the scholarship is. I don't know. I know as much as Dee has said on her video, and that's all I know. So let's watch this one and then go from there. The Scars Foundation. We are all imperfectly perfect. Yes, we are. None of us are perfect.
I'm Sully Erna from Godsmack, and in the last few years alone, the rise of mental illness, addiction, bullying, and suicide has taken a staggering amount of lives from us, including a dear friend of mine who recently just took his own life after losing his battle with severe depression. These illnesses, these imperfections that make us all feel insecure or unworthy are what we call scars. And whether they're emotional or physical scars, we want to encourage you to look at them as nothing more than just a reminder of what you survived. They're your battle wounds from life. So rather than stuff them down and continue to suffer in silence, you should show your scars loudly and proudly. Let them empower you. Tell your stories. Encourage others and inspire them to tell their stories. That's how we're going to make a difference. And that's why I decided to create the Scars Foundation. It's a non-profit organization that is partnered with multiple companies that are experts in all these categories, not just one. And with your help, the Scars Foundation will raise money on a global level to help these experts battle these illnesses, but more importantly, you will become a part of our voice that will empower people everywhere through our messages and our events. It's time we stop sitting around and we start saving the lives of our friends, our families, these amazingly unique artists that have left us way too soon. And as a gift to you, for every donation, we're going to give you a free download of our new single, Under Your Scars. For more information, go to godsmack.com/Scars Foundation and join us on this epic journey in saving lives. We're all imperfect, trust me. That's what makes us perfect.
Good message, man. Wow. All right. So, here's a thought. And this is something that I oftentimes say when I'm in ministry mode. You know, when I'm sharing my testimony, one of the things that I talk about is my teenage years. My teenage years were riddled with inpatient hospitalizations. My teenage years were riddled with the uncertainty if I was going to be there the next day. My family was always concerned that they would come home and find me hanging from the rafters. because that's where I was as a teenager. And as an adult, as a person who walks with Christ, as a person who has a mission in front of me, one of the things that I'm firmly believing in is that everything that I went through is for a purpose. It doesn't mean that I was punished or anything like that. No, no, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. The same thing that he's talking about right here, when people are going through something and then they get on the other side of that, they're able to go and help other people who are currently going through that. And for me, in my life, I found that my struggles, I've always encountered somebody else with similar struggles. Always. And it's one of those things where the struggles that either I've had to push through or that I've survived have enabled me to help other people who are currently going through that, because I have the resources now, because I have the ability to understand what that's like. And sometimes when you're going through it, all you need someone to do, all someone needs you to do is shut up and listen. That's literally sometimes all people need you to do. And I'm a blunt person, sorry, but sometimes people just need someone to listen and someone to show that they care. I remember I will never forget this interaction. There was a woman that I held the door for one time, and it was about, I want to say 6-7 months before that, where my stepdad was actually talking to me, and he said, and I was younger, and so my stepdad was talking to me, and he said, if you make eye contact with everybody that you meet and you talk to them and you say hi, you have a bigger impact than you might think. And so I was at work one day. I was working at Taco Bell. Don't work there anymore. Don't try to find which one. You won't. I worked at so many of them. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I remembered what he said this one day where I saw a woman who looked like she was having a really bad day. You can just tell when some people are really, really in rough shape. And so I opened the door and I held it for her, and I was looking at her and I made eye contact with her and I smiled. And she kind of just looked up at me and just kind of just kept walking. And that told me that I needed to do something. And so I was at work. I went and made her a taco, brought her a taco, and I sat with her for 5 minutes. And the thing is, that conversation, I found out, one, that she just got dumped, two, that her son just got arrested, three, that she was having some major financial issues, four, that she was starving, and five, that she was on her way home to do something that she was about to regret. It took 5 minutes and a little bit of time. And guess what? A couple days later, she walked back into Taco Bell, and she showed up at Taco Bell every single day for the next 6 months, and then I never saw her again. But the fact of the matter is, it takes a minute of kindness to actually help stop this, to help stop that cycle. Just be kind. That's all it takes. That's what it takes. It's not rocket science. And the thing is, we live in a society that's completely divided. And I know I'm going way off on a tangent now, but the thing is, we live in this society that's completely broken. And people, if they don't agree with you, you don't look like them, they just walk away. Why? That person has the same kind of blood flowing to their body. They have the same kind of thought process, the same kind of brain, the same heartbeat, the same oxygen flowing through their body, the same mechanics that keep us alive. They both need a heart, they both need a brain. Why is it so difficult to reach out to someone who's struggling? I love what they're doing. I love what they are doing. Thank you so much, Dee, for this recommendation. And sorry I went way overboard, but this one brings up a lot of conversation. This one brings up a huge conversation and a huge need. Just be there for somebody. And if you're watching this, most likely you're going to encounter somebody in the future who's going to need to just have someone stop and listen to what they have to say. because they're probably going through something really incredible that's really challenging for them to dissect on their own. So this was really awesome. This was a really, really great reaction, and thank you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget that like and subscribe. Take care.